In this video, we will work with multiplying and dividing integers. This can be very tricky if you forget the signs, but don't worry, I have a simple trick. We have a multiplication rule which says if you multiply positive times a positive, the number you get here would be positive. And if you multiply a positive by a negative, we get a negative. And if you multiply a negative by a negative, you get a positive. So basically, if you're multiplying terms that are similar, the same terms, you get positive. However, if you're multiplying different terms, you get a negative. So same signs, positive, different signs, negative. And when we look at division, they have the exact same rule, where if the signs are the same, you get a positive, and if the signs are different, you get a negative. So basically, for multiplication and division, we have the same rule that's applied. For multiplication, if the signs are the same, you get a positive. But then if you multiply them and the signs are different, then you get a negative. And it's the exact same thing for division. So if you divide a negative divided by a negative, the signs are the same, so this will give us positive. And if you divide a negative by a positive, the signs are different, so this would be a negative. Let me just write that down. Negative divided by a negative and a positive divided by a positive. These signs are the same, so we get positive. Negative divided by positive would give us negative. So let's work on a few examples. Here's some examples. Negative 4 times 3. What's 4 times 3? That's 12. We have negative sign and a positive sign, meaning the signs are different. So if the signs are different, we get a negative. Let's try the second one. Negative 4 times negative 3. 4 times 3 is 12. The signs are the same, so that will be positive 12. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Positive and negative, signs are different, so this becomes negative. Here's another question. Negative 20 divided by negative 5. What's 20 divided by 5? 20 divided by 5 is 4. And we have negative divided by a negative. Because they're the same, we get a positive. So our answer is 4. In this next section, we're going to talk about the order of operations with integers. So this means what numbers do you start multiplying, or where do you start simplifying or answering a question that's given to you. We have a specific order for it, and this is called PEDMAS. PEDMAS means P is for parentheses, E is for exponent, D and M divide and multiply, add and subtract. So PEDMAS is the order of operations. This is how people solve the problems, and we always start with P, which is your parentheses. So always start by simplifying those in parentheses, and then exponents. After that, we could do dividing and multiplying, which can be interchanged, and then addition and subtraction, which can also be interchanged. So here's an example. In this case, what we're going to do is we will start with parentheses. I'll just write it down here, PEDMAS. So parentheses first. Well, there's nothing in the parentheses, so we can go to multiplication. So this is the same as 3 plus negative 2 times negative 4. So what's negative 2 times negative 4? Negative and negative is positive. 2 times 4 is 8. So it's 3 plus positive 8. What's 3 plus 8? That is equal to 11. And that's our answer. What about negative 6 plus 2 divided by negative 2? So again, we will start with parentheses, which is P. So we'll work out what's in the parentheses, and then from there we will divide by negative 2. So what's negative 6 plus 2? The signs are different, so we're going to subtract them. 6 minus 2 is 4, and then the sign of the bigger number is negative, so that's negative 4 divided by negative 2. What's 4 divided by 2? That's 2. And then the signs are the same, so it's positive. And our answer is 2. Okay, let's work on some practice examples. So negative 3 squared minus 5 times negative 2. So we have exponent, which is this here. Let's first work with that. How do we solve this? Well, this is the same as negative 3 times negative 3. What's negative 3 times negative 3? 3 times 3 is 9. Negative and negative is the same, so it becomes positive. So it gives us 9. And from here, this is not the answer. So from here, we say 9 minus 5 times negative 2. So what's 5 times 2? 5 times 2 is 10, which is negative 10. This is 9 minus negative 10. And then negative times negative is positive. So this becomes 9 plus 10, which is equal to 19. Here's another example. 6 minus, in parentheses, negative 4 times 3. So we're going to start with the parentheses. We're going to open up the parentheses by solving what's inside. What's negative 4 times 3? That's negative 12. Minus 6. This is the same as saying negative times negative. We have to open up the parentheses. So negative times negative 12. What's negative times negative? That's positive. So 6 plus 12. And our answer would be 18. If you found this helpful, make sure you hit subscribe and join our school community for more lessons, practice, and support. The link is in the description below. See you inside.